I've been hit with some inspiration to have a chat about why I don't give a about the $1 million dream. And it's been so interesting over the past 5 years of being in business, how the talk of where you're at in your life and what is important is based on what you're generating. So we talk about getting to 6 figures, getting to multi-6 figures, getting to 7 figures, getting to multi-7 figures. And really dropping in today to tune in to what does the $1 million dream mean to me and how did it even come into my existence? And I got really truthful with myself today. And the honest truth is that I don't give two about the $1 million dream. And the reason is because it's not necessary in my life. It's not actually something that is going to bring something to my life in this moment. And often over the years, I've been saying, getting to $1 million is a fun game to play. But actually, the game that I'm here to play is to live a fulfilling life. And a fulfilling life looks very different to each and every individual. In the work that I teach and the work that I embody, it is about being with your brand DNA and aligning to your brand DNA. And if I have a look at my brand DNA, which is driven by my values, principles, mission, purpose, vision, and virtues, the same thing for you and your brand essence, how you present in the world and what you're about. What I'm about is bridging the gap between power and leadership, bridging the gap between purpose-driven entrepreneurship and conscious leadership. I do that through divine feminine leadership, and all of the work that I do is around business growth and human optimization and leadership. And looking at this $1 million dream and the 6-figure dream and this multi-6-figure dream, when we really come to it and tune in with what's important to us, it comes down to what that money is going to buy you, what that money is going to create for you. So it's always about this balance between impact and living a good life. The most important thing, like the purpose of our existence on planet Earth is to have a great time. We're here to be human. We're here for a human experience. Now, we're not here to be so selfish that all we do is think about our own interests and our own existence and not consider any other human beings around us or any other animals or nature or the planet. We're here to be in community with one another as human beings. And as a global community, we have to keep in consideration how we're affecting one another. The USA makes a decision, it affects us here in Australia. China makes a decision, it affects Europe and all of the countries around it. Every single time a country makes decisions, it impacts the countries around them and it impacts people globally. It impacts all individuals, right? That's the global community. And then we break it down. We break it down and we break it down. We break it down until we come to the space of how we exist in our own personal communities. And those are our friends, right? These are the little pods of human beings that we create, that we immerse ourselves in to have a good time, to enjoy, to share, to play, to experience, to exchange. Now, dependent on who you are and dependent on what's important to you and dependent on what drives you is what is going to influence how much money you are here to generate, whether that be in a job or whether that be in the entrepreneurial field, it doesn't matter. What you're generating is what enables you to live the life that you want to live. And within living that life, you get to choose how you want to gift things to others, how you want to show up in other people's worlds, how you want to contribute to the lives of others. Now, of course, we've got to go to Maslow's hierarchy of needs and look at the basics. And the basics are you need to have food and shelter. You need to have a roof over your head. You need to make sure that you're getting the liquids in you, your water, making sure that you're covered, and making sure that you're being nutrified through food. If you don't have these things in order, nothing else is going to work. And as you move up the scale of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I'm not going to run through all of them in this moment. Go and check it out on the interwebs and look at where you're sitting. Self-actualization sits right at the top. That self-expression of who you are in the world sits right at the top at Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And if you don't have these other bits and pieces in place, if you don't have a sense of belonging, if you don't feel loved, if you don't feel like you're loving others, you're not going to be able to create the resources within you to then move up to the scale of the top of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which is the self-actualization piece.